In this video, I will show you how you can map out your entire startup on one single page using the business model canvas. I will walk you through a real example so you can directly fill it out with me. By the end, you will know exactly how to build your startup the right way. I'm Oscar, I've built 2 startups and coached over 50 founders, and this is the exact plan I used for my first startup. Let's dive right in. The reason you shouldn't use a traditional business plan to build your startup is this. They're complicated, they're long, and honestly, they're just guesses. Think about it. You lock yourself in a room for 3 weeks. You write a 40-page document about the future that might never happen. You predict revenue for 3 years, but you don't have a single user yet. It's just a 40-page plan of guesses. And if those guesses are wrong, your startup will fail. The solution and the better way to build your startup is the business model canvas. It forces you to focus on the 9 most important parts of your startup, the 9 building blocks. It already looks way easier than your traditional business plan. But why is this so powerful? Because you can change it in 2 seconds. Rewriting a 40-page business plan takes weeks. And in a startup, speed is the only advantage you have. So let me show you how the business model canvas works with a real example. So this is how the business model canvas looks like. It's split into different segments: customers, value proposition, channels, and so on. And we're gonna go through each one. But not in theory. I'm going to show you how you can fill it out right now using a real example, Buffer. Buffer is a tool where you can schedule social media posts. They started super small and now they're doing about 23 million bucks in recurring revenue. That's how strong the business model canvas can be. So I like to start with the right side of the canvas. Number 1, customer segments. You basically ask yourself, who is my product for? And you need to be very specific. Everyone is not your target audience. This is a big mistake I see most founders make. They say, my customer is small businesses, but that is way too broad. Remember, if you try to sell to everyone, no one will buy your product. So you need to go super niche, super specific. For Buffer, it was Twitter users who wanted to tweet consistently without spending the entire day at the computer. Very clear. Number 2, value proposition. What problem do you solve? Now this is important. Stop listing features, but focus on value. Like, what do people actually get? What pain disappears when they use your product? Nobody cares about your AI-powered code. They care about what it does for them. For example, does it save them 5 hours a week? Does it make them more money? Does it make them look smart? For Buffer, it was grow your audience on autopilot. They didn't just sell scheduling. They solved the pain of needing to be online 24/7 to stay relevant. Number 3, channels. How do you reach people? Now this is where most founders get overwhelmed. They think they need to use email, Twitter, Instagram, SEO, ads all at once. You don't. You just need to use one marketing channel that works for your startup. But hey, to make your life easier, if you don't know which marketing channel works best for your startup right now, or how to get your first 100 customers, I have a specific customer acquisition roadmap for you that breaks this down step by step. I have linked it in the description below. Now for Buffer, the best marketing channel was content marketing. So they didn't spend money on ads. Instead, they wrote blog articles on tech blogs to drive traffic to their website. That one strategy is how they got their first 100,000 users. Number 4, customer relationships. How do you keep your customers? Is it personal support or self-service? For Buffer, it's mostly self-service. You sign up and you use the tool without ever talking to a person. But real people stepped in if things broke or if someone needed support. Number 5, revenue streams. How do you make money? Is it one time? Is it a subscription base? Is it a freemium model? Buffer used a freemium model, which is great for many startups. So it was free for basic use and $10 for the awesome plan. But why is this so smart? Because it makes saying yes super easy for people. People want to try before they buy. And the $10 for the awesome plan was also super specific. It was a no-brainer for professionals, but it was still high enough to build a business. The great thing, and what I love most about freemium, is that you can still upsell people to the expensive plan later. You give them more value and you get more money. Everybody wins. Number 6, key resources. What do you need to build your product? For Buffer, it was pretty simple. the scheduling software, and the servers. That's it. Now, remember this, keep this list short. The fewer things you need, the easier it is to run your startup, and the more mistakes you can make. Number 7, key activities. What do you do daily? These are the most critical things to keep your startup running. A lot of founders put sales or accounting here. But for an early stage tech product, your key activity is usually building your product and getting feedback. Everything else is a distraction. For Buffer, it was product development and content marketing, mainly writing blog articles. Key partners, who helps you? This is about outsourcing and integrations. For example, Buffer relied heavily on the Twitter API, so you could consider Twitter a partner. But here is the danger: if Twitter shuts them down, the business dies instantly. We call this platform risk. Remember that if you're building your house on someone else's land, you need to be very careful. But here comes the great thing. The business model canvas highlights this risk immediately, so you can see it and plan accordingly. A simple backup plan could be to integrate the scheduling feature into other social media platforms as well, a strategy they later did. And then we have to talk about the money, the cost structure. Like, what does it actually cost to run your startup? For Buffer, it was just server hosting fees plus the founder's time, which was free in the beginning. Now notice what is not on this list. Big office rent, expensive sales team, big business car. This is a mistake I see all the time. Founders rent big offices and hire expensive teams before they even have a product. 6 months later, they are broke. Don't do that. Keep your expenses low. That buys you time. And in the early stages, time is more important than money. Now, if you are filling out this business model canvas right now and you feel stuck on a specific section, let me help you. Comment below with your 1-sentence startup idea and the specific section of the business model canvas that is giving you a headache. I will reply with a concrete example or suggestion for your startup. Now you have your entire startup on one page, not a 40-page business plan, something you can use right now and update in seconds. But this is just the beginning. Having such a plan is great, but it's useless if you don't know how to get your first users. So check out this video. I will show you a clear step-by-step 30-day plan to get your first users. And if you found this helpful, hit subscribe so you never miss a video on how to build a successful startup. My name is Oscar. See you soon.